Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of Empyrion Galactic Survival. So today's task is to build our starting base, which will allow us to then have a foundation to start building our ships and explore the galaxy a little bit further. So we'll get straight onto that. So first things first, we're just going to do a little bit of inventory management. Let's get rid of everything in our toolbar, which we don't drastically need. We don't need this. We don't need the motorbike for now. We'll keep everything else for now. So we're going to build our base out of concrete. So to do that, we're going to have to harvest some more crushed stone. So we need to find normal stone, resource mode, and just harvest it this way. This will give us crushed stone. And we just pick it up. It gives us quite a lot of crushed stone. It's far better to find these rocks than it is to just maybe mine in the floor. So I'm just going to quickly run around now and mine a couple of these rocks. Maybe I'll get up to 100 or so, which will give me around 200. 200. What is that? A slime. I've never seen this before. If in doubt, kill it. Oh, well, you got to reload your rifle before you kill it, and then we'll kill it. Well, he's not. It doesn't seem to be aggressive. Maybe we'll leave him alone. Is it aggressive? No. No, we'll leave him for today. Maybe he can be our pet. Right, anyway. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna run around and say we're just gonna get these stones very quickly. I'll do this now, and you can join me again once I've collected what I need to start the base. Right, I've got just about everything we need, and before we do anything, we're on low on food, so we'll just eat our ration packs. Again, this is why it's so important to find that trader early on, just to sort out everything. We use a health pack as well, so that'll get us full on stats. That becomes not an issue. Okay, we've got around 91 crushed stone. That'll be plenty for now. So we'll put that into the constructor. Oh, that gives us exactly 100. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to build the concrete blocks now for our base. Well, we're not going to build all of them. We're just going to build a couple because we won't be able to carry most of them. So what we're going to do for now is let's build... So first of all, depending on what item you've selected is what block goes where. So for example, you can't put a hovercraft block on top of a base, and you can tell that by the color. So for example, blue is hover, green is small craft, and then capital ship is yellow, and base is red. So usually the base and capital ship go together, and the hovercraft and the small vessels things go together, but don't build the wrong block for the wrong thing though. So make sure you're on your base and you click concrete block, and we'll build let's just build 8 to begin with, and we'll turn that on so that we'll build 8 now. And we also need to build the base starter, but it's night time now. I'm going to sleep in 4 minutes. I'll find the things first. So we need the core for the base starter, so we will pop the core in, and the base starter is the starting block for the base. So we'll just call it start, and we'll find it somewhere. Here we go. Yeah, so base starter, that allows us to begin building the base. So it's like the first block you put down. It's the core, and it's the kind of computer that operates the base. So we can quickly sleep now and join me in the morning for when we start building the base. Okay, so it's morning now, and we have everything ready. So we won't be able to carry all this at once, but we'll be able to carry most of it. So we'll just do that for now. Oh, yep. So we've got 4 blocks. We'll pick up the tent, and we'll put the base starter down. So we'll maybe go here for now. Seems as good a place as any. And we've got the 4 blocks. So to place building blocks, the best thing to do is use our drone. Now, you come with the drone already equipped. You press F5 to get into the drone. It's unlimited fuel, and it just allows us to basically place building blocks and build our ships a lot easier. It's like a mini god mode. It's very, very good. So what we'll do is we'll just place these 4 blocks now. Oh, not like that. There we go. If you hold control, it creates a kind of a section. So we'll place 4 here. F5, and we'll pick up the rest. We'll get the other 4, and we'll just press F5, and we'll place the other 4 just right next to it. Okay, so that's the beginning of the base. Now, what we need to really do now is build a couple of things on top. So the reason why I didn't just build it all in this small constructor is we've got some raptors there. We're going to kill them. Let's preemptively kill these. I'm sure these are dangerous. Yeah, it's called aggressive dinosaur. It's definitely dangerous. Oh, that was not good. Okay. That's one dead. Oh, it gives 1,000 XP, that's good. Uh-oh, this is getting close. Ugh, okay. Panic over. So they're both dead. Thanks for coming to give me XP. Good times. Right, so yeah, as I was saying, the best thing to do is not build it all in the portable constructor because we can't carry everything. And the best way to carry everything is link our inventory to our base inventory. So we're going to build the base up just a tiny bit and then build the rest. You'll see what I mean in a second. So before you start to build anything, it's better just to unlock what we need. So we go onto the tech tree, we click base, and then we build we unlock the fuel tank. We unlock small generator because we need to power the base. So the fuel tank and the generator power the base. We don't need O2 in this base because the planet is breathable. We'll need the small constructor. We'll need cargo boxes. They're the main things really to begin. So we can, if you imagine, we can store items, we can construct items, and we can power the constructor. So that's the main things to begin with. And we can build all of that within here in the components. So we can obviously do the small constructor, the cargo boxes and everything. So we'll build the cargo box first. Okay, and then we'll build the small constructor. We don't have enough parts for the generator, but we can build the fuel tank. Oh, actually, we're using our crushed stone for that because we're out of our resources. Okay, in that case, what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to get all of our resources then. So we need to get our mining tool, which is here. Resource mode, yep. Okay, so we're going to take our hover bike and get the basic 3 resources, which are iron, silicon, and copper. And we'll find those and we'll mine them up. We'll get a few of each one. So we'll go to here first. There's 2 here. Makes more sense, and then maybe we'll go up to the silicon afterwards. Okay, so Y to turn on our hover ship, and we'll just aim towards that marker. So yeah, we'll collect the resources. I think maybe, for now, 70 of each will be about right. That'll be overkill for most things. That will give us the ability to build pretty much our entire base, including maybe a start of our small vessel. We might get 100 iron and 70 of everything else, just because I think we'll be using iron a little bit more than most things. So we'll go to the iron deposit first. So the best way to do this, I've found, is get within around just under 30 meters. Okay, press F and you come out the ship. Just stand on top. You press F5 and you get into a drone. Now your drone can use your inventory, as you've already seen. It can also use the survival tool. So you just find roughly where the iron ore deposit is, and we go down to it, and then we mine. Now it's better to do it with the drone because you can just literally mine straight down, and it doesn't matter about having to find your way back out. So if I was to mine straight down with my character, I'd have to find a way to get back out or build a set of stairs, and it just takes a long time. So it's much better just to use your drone to mine, and we'll do that now. So it's nice and quick. You can see we're getting around 10 iron ore per time. Well, that was 18 that time, so it's very quick to mine what we need. It doesn't take particularly long. The main thing that's going to restrict what we can actually pick up is just the size of our inventory. So what are we on now? 60. We'll get around 100 of iron, I think. Well, yeah, we should be able to get around 100. So let's just do that very quickly. So it's a nice way of doing it, just being able to use the drone. I think it's such a smart way of doing it. Okay, we're not getting as much anymore. I'm not sure why. I think maybe it was just fluky to begin with. Let's see. 7. What are we on now? 87. You know what? That'll be plenty. So we don't even need to fly out. You can actually just press F5 from wherever you are, and the drone just automatically returns to you. You can see it's now in our inventory. we'll press F4 and we'll store this inside our hover vehicle for as much as we can, which I should have emptied out before I came. Never mind. Oh dear. Okay, well, we've still got a fair bit of space, so we'll be able to get at least 50 of each other resource. So we've got the copper deposit there, so we'll just do that. Just quickly spin round. Again, just get within 30 meters of the deposit, because when you press the drone only has a range of about 60 meters. So if I go too far away from the drone, you start to lose contract, and it does that. So you need to be relatively close. But for now, yeah, we'll just mine the copper. You've seen this mining process once, so I'll just quickly cut to when I've got all of the copper. In fact, I'll show you what it looks like very quickly. So there you go. So copper's like a kind of green-red colour, and it works the same way. You just pick it up. So yeah, you can join me back once I've got the right amount of copper. Right, so we've got 57 copper, which is more than enough, and we now just need to fly towards the silicon deposit. So we'll do that very quickly. You can see it's all very quick once we to get going to get this resources. It's so much better to have the hover bike. It's even better if you empty the inventory of the hover bike before you do this, obviously. It allows you to store a little bit more, but never mind. So we only need a little bit of each one just to get the base going, and then we'll start to build the small vessel, which will have a much better storage capacity, and will really allow us to mine much more efficiently, get a lot more resources, and therefore build obviously a much better ship. But yeah, say it would take a very long time to get anywhere without the hover vessel. Even if you're using the motorbike, it's not particularly efficient. It has no cargo. So we'll just get to the silicon deposit, which is somewhere here. We'll just stay away from the bugs for now. That should be far enough. Okay, so we press F, we press F5, and then we'll find the deposit, which is about here, and we'll mine down. Again, I'll just quickly show you what the ore looks like, and then I'll mine it up, and then you can join me once we've got it all. Okay, so it's just like a weird silver kind of colour, silicon colour, should I say. But yeah, you can join me back once I've got it all. Okay, so I've got it all as well, so I've got 68 silicon, 57 copper, and I think it was about 70 iron, if I can remember correctly. We're now going to aim towards the base, but we're also going to pin the base. So we're going to use the pin, and we're going to make that a waypoint. And that means it's always going to be on our map, so we can always know where our base is. Yeah, so we're going to quickly fire towards the base. I've got all the resources I need. I do need to get some more crushed stone now, though, because I accidentally spent it building my constructor. As I said before, crushed stone can be changed into any resource. So the portable constructor automatically changed it into iron for me to build the small constructor, which was a bit annoying since I actually wanted the crushed stone. But it is it's a useful feature if you can't find iron. So yeah, I'm just going to head back now, store everything in the base, build the equipment. So you can just join me when we're back at the base. Okay, welcome back. So I've just put everything in the portable constructor for now. So all the ores are in here. I also went and found another 70 or so crushed stone just to replace the stuff we accidentally spent. You can see our cargo box and our small constructor are already built, and we also will need the small generator and a fuel tank. So these two will build now, and but while they're building, we can place these. Again, we'll just press F5. Now the placement of these isn't too important for now. We'll be able to move them, so it doesn't matter. As with the hover bike, you can right click and choose what storage container. Again, the capacity, it changes on the container. So for example, this one's 16. That's the most you can actually do. The rest of them are all different numbers, but 16 is the most. So for now, we'll just use this, and we'll just pop it. That's as good a place as any. Now, so that's be the storage for the base. We will also, actually, the thing I haven't bought just yet is going to be, if we press F3, get into the tech, and we go in miscellaneous, we can build a wireless connection. Now, wireless connection is super good. You can attach it to any ship, and it just means that when you press F4, you can access the base. It just means you can do it from a much further distance. So we'll do that now. So we'll go on base, and we'll build the wireless connector, which we can't do in here. We'll have to build that in the other constructor then. So we've got, how long have we got left for these two? Not long at all. Okay, so we'll get the fuel out as well. So we've got 54 fuel. We have what? So we'll just place that. Now this gives off radiation. So and so does the fuel tank. So we need to be a bit careful about the placement of these. But for now, okay, again we'll pick them up in a minute. So we'll just place that out of the way there. And when the fuel tank is ready, which doesn't look like it'll be particularly long, we'll place the fuel tank there. But we'll move all of this once we've built more of our base up. Let's see how much longer is left. Just almost done. Okay. Also, a thing I did forget to mention is the cargo box. You can see because it's a base cargo box, it's got a volume of 16,000. So we can store 16,000 as opposed to our 500 or our 250 on these ones. So it's much better storage for the base. Yeah, so we'll build the fuel tank now. Now I realise that placing the generator there probably wasn't the best idea. So, because I'm going to have to build there. But now we're getting off radiation, so it's a bit of an issue. So we're going to use the multi-tool. The multi-tool has many different options. You can, it's a slightly better version of the survival tool. Allows you to salvage, retrieve, repair, change and rotate blocks, downgrade and upgrade blocks. So super, super useful. For now, we're going to retrieve, and we're going to retrieve the generator. This does take kind of ammunition. It takes those multi-charges, but again, we have almost unlimited of those. So we can then use that to retrieve the block in full, and then replace it. So because we messed up, so we're going to we'll just put the generator on top here. I know that is looks a little bit funny, but it will do for now. Okay. So now if we look at the base and press P, we can open the base statistics, and we can click power, and that will turn it on. We'll have to manage it, and we'll have to put the fuel in. So we'll just go and get some of our fuel cells. 27 should be plenty. Press P, manage, fuel in. So it's 68% of fuel. So that now turns on the base. Now we don't want to get too close to this because this emits radiation, as you can see. So we need to get away from that. But a handy thing you can do is you can click P on the base. You can go into devices, small constructor, access, and I can access it from anywhere. Again, it's part of the helpful kind of the wireless network. It's super, super good. So for input and output, you need to select what container. So we select the base container, and then that selects the base container, and then it draws items from the input and puts them in the output. They can be separate containers, or they can just be one big container. For now, we're using one big container, and we'll need to take all of our resources out, and we'll have to put them inside the base. So we'll just quickly do that now. Shouldn't take particularly long. Gonna let me in. Yep. Okay, you can just I'll just quickly do this now actually. Shouldn't take too much longer. Okay. It would be nice if there was a quick way to transfer the whole of your inventory, but I haven't found it yet. I'm sure there probably is a way, or maybe they're working on it, but never mind. So we can do that, and now we can also pick up this because we no longer need it. We'll just place it here just in case for now, but we don't really need it anymore. So now when we click P and we go into devices and access, we can access the small constructor. You can see that all the items that we put are there now, and we can now build everything. So the first thing we're actually going to build, which will just make life a lot easier. You can see there's lots more options now. The small constructor has way more things that it's able to build, and we're going to build the wireless wireless connection, and that will allow us to connect wirelessly to the base. It will basically extend that wireless network. It's a lot better. What else do we need for now? We don't need anything else for now from here, but what we do need is a load of concrete blocks. So we'll build 100 concrete blocks for now. So we'll just press F4 here, and we'll get that wireless connector, and we'll just put it again here. We're going to change where everything is. Now that is the most important thing. So when I press F4 now, and I connect to the box. So when I connect to the box, it gives me access to the inventory on an alternative hotbar. And it allows me to carry a lot more. So for example, if I was to try and carry this 165, so there's only so much I can carry, for example. So if you imagine if I start taking all the heavy stuff, I can only carry up to 500. Now on the hotbar, I can drag all of this to the hotbar, And I can still access it, okay, but it doesn't take up my volume, it takes up the box volume. So it's like an additional inventory. It's super, super helpful for building bases and carrying a lot of items all at once. So if I go back on here, we have 4 concrete blocks. Why do we only have 5 concrete blocks? Thought we built more than that. Let me check. We have 6. Do we not have more than this being built? So we click P, we go on devices, small, access. Oh, we do, they just... Ah, we have 12. Maybe it's just a bit of a lag on the container. Okay, it's 13. So we can only hold 5 ourselves, or we can put them on the hotbar and obviously hold 13. Press T to change the hotbar, okay? And then that will allow us then to use our drone. Press T, and then we can place up to 13 blocks rather than just the 6. So we'll go ahead and do that now, and we'll just increase the size of the base a little bit. So if you hold down left click and drag, it creates the line like that. Okay, or if you hold control, it creates an area. So we're going to make a 7 by 7, so we need to come out 3 each side from the core. So I think we need 1 more this side. So if we make an odd, this is going to sound funny, but if we make an odd base number of blocks, it creates an even base when it turns into like you're placing doors and things, because you can place it in the center. Okay, so what is nice about this is if you can if you look how far I can walk and still be connected to the base because of that wireless connector. I can go up to 100 meters. So if I now press F4, I can still access this inventory. Okay, and I can still take things out. I can still use things. I can take things and put them in my inventory still. It's so helpful, that wireless connector. Right, so we'll just go back into F5 and we'll press T, and then we'll build out. So that should be 5 from the center, and then we need to go, 3 from the center, and then we need to build the square. So we need to go 3 out here. Again, that's control to get what I just did there. And we'll go down, and we'll just fill this out as a cube. And we need to do 1 line, and you can just hold down left click to build that. Okay, so that's just the basics of our base. It's just a square. We just need to decide where the door's going to be. We'll do it facing the water. So again, because it's an odd number, we can then make an even entrance. So we can put that here. And if you right click, you can choose a type of block. So we can do a ramp, and you can rotate that. Rotate is end. And then we can choose the ramp C medium. And that'll be like a nice walkway up in towards the base. And we'll also need to start the walls. So the walls will go here, and we'll go probably too high. Oh, that was almost very close to being wrong. Okay, so you can see how that's going to begin to build. It's getting a bit dark now, so I think the best thing to do would be actually to sleep. Sleep now and continue in the morning. So I just need to find my tent. Where is my tent? Is it on my hotbar? It is on my hotbar. So T, and we'll just pop the tent there, and going to sleep at night, which is in 1 minute from now, and sleep time. Almost sleep time. Now sleep time. Okay, so it's the morning, so we can see a little bit better. I'm just going to use the multi-tool to take down, to retrieve this concrete block, because we don't want it there. Okay, and we can just press F4. We have all the 52 blocks built, put them onto the alternative hotbar, and then we'll build. So, what we need to do now is here, and press Control, and stop there, the wall, and we'll stop there. Okay, and this will be the very basics of a base. That is 7, isn't it? Yep. Okay, and we can just build here and here. Perfect. Okay, now we don't want the generator in the base, simply because, let's say it gives off radiation, so we'll just have to make a little out slot for that. probably the best way of saying that. So what we'll do is we'll just actually extend this way, 3, and we will. Again, I can do everything on the drone, so I can select the module, I can retrieve that block. Okay, and then we'll just go F4 to go back into the base, get that one block back, and we'll put it, if we can, if the hovercraft isn't in the way. There, perfect. Okay, just going to have to move that hovercraft very quickly. So, just around here. Move you back, and we'll actually turn you off. We don't need you on anymore. Right, and now what I'll do now is I'll use this drone to pick up the generator. So retrieve blocks. And the best thing we'll have to do is actually remove the fuel tank, the fuel from the fuel tank. Otherwise, you lose it if you pick up the block. So we just manage and we withdraw all the fuel. Okay, and then we retrieve the block. Now we can then put the generator and the fuel tank here, out of the way. So we'll do that now. So if we press F4, we've got the fuel tank back in the base and the generator, and we'll take the Promethium packs out and put it in our inventory. So now we'll put the generator here and we'll do the fuel tank there. Okay, so that's just out of the way of the main base. We can access, or we can't access the fuel tank like that, but we'll press P and we'll do manage and we'll put the fuel back in. Okay, so that's the base now is up and running, back on, and we'll just rejig, if you will, the contents of here. So we'll press T and we'll need to get the multi-tool and we'll retrieve some blocks. So we need to retrieve the small constructor and we'll retrieve the wireless connector. Again, that will then end up in the main inventory, but we can always just take them out again and put them here. So the small constructor will just pop in the corner for now. The wireless connector will pop just in this corner for now. Again, it doesn't matter too much. And then we'll leave that there because that's got all the inventories that are currently in there, so we can't move that just yet. Okay, so that's probably good for episode 3. Just the very basic outline of our base is done. So yeah, you can just see that we've got the main constructor in place, we've got the wireless connector, and we've got the power supply and storage. So this is the beginnings of our base. Next episode we'll just finish off the rest of the base, so we'll build up all the walls properly, we'll sort out the containers, and yeah, then that will give us the foundation to begin building our small vessel, which hopefully we'll get into the next episode. So thank you very much for watching this episode, and I look forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers.